There we go. We're live.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the 4th episode of the Quest podcast.
Yep.
Got a good show going on today. Lots to talk about. Let's start introducing our panel. First off, we've got the man, the myth, the legend, Baines99.
He muted himself.
We'll get back to him.
I am the man, the myth, and the legend. I appreciate that. Baines99, let's go.
All right.
Next up, some say he only watches movies backwards and in Portuguese. And others say that he once helped an old lady cross the street. Got Dark Onimus.
Oh man, I love it. That was a great intro, man. What's up, everybody? Dark Onimus here. It's gonna be a great show tonight. I'm excited about the topics and everything, so let's get this started.
And we've got Remix Essence.
Thank
Sure.
you for the great, amazing
Wow.
intro. I can introduce myself here, and yeah, we got lots of topics, guys. It's gonna be a packed, chocked full show today, so can't wait to get on into it.
All right, let's get started. First topic of the night: this new Mass Effect trailer. What does everyone think about it?
Yeah, man, that cinematic trailer, it was dope. I thought the music, it was like building up and it was good, it gave me the feels, and then I can't wait for Mass Effect, just build up some more hype for me.
Yeah, I think the way they're doing their content drops as far as their trailers, and they're getting you amped for the game. And it seems like we're getting closer to that March 21st date, and they're not. It looks like they're not going to push it back. So this thing is getting real, and so I'm every little piece of information I get, I'm just eating it up. I'm so ready for Mass Effect.
I think the fact that they showed like different races and like of alien races and things, it was kind of cool, especially that ending when he goes, "We've been waiting 600 years for this." I was like, yes, finally.
Yes, sir.
Finally another Mass Effect, it's because what, we haven't had a Mass Effect since 3, so that was what, 5-6 years ago, maybe.
Actually, it was just last week for me.
Oh, well, yeah, it was last week, but for a lot of us fans, it was quite a bit of a long time ago. So I'm excited for it.
Yeah, 5 years.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, shit looks amazing. I was fucking so excited watching that shit, even though I only just watched it like a minute ago.
Same here. It got me pumped for the podcast, so.
Hell yeah. I just realized I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Tim Doss.
Yeah.
Hey, better late than never, Tim.
Yeah, I'll get there eventually.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts on Mass Effect?
Yeah. When it comes out, don't bother me. Don't you even fucking hit me up, Remix. I swear to God, you do.
Oh, I'll send you all the party
You
invites.
better not, dude.
You better buy that game on PlayStation, man, or else I'm just gonna be like.
Unless you want to play like the multiplayer or something like that, then we're good. But
Oh yeah. Oh my God, I'm excited for that game. That's the kind of game that's right up my alley. Those shooter RPGs. I love them, so definitely can't wait to get into it.
Yeah, Onimus may as well be in cryo sleep when that game comes out because you ain't gonna see him.
yeah, pretty much. You ain't gonna see me. I'm gonna put
Bad
my shit
nerd
on
jokes.
offline. That's what I'm gonna put my shit at. You guys gonna be like,
I'll be
"Where's
stalking
Onimus
you.
been?"
I'll be looking for that.
You be looking for that? Just bombard me with freaking, "Hey, come to the party chat, bro. Come to the party chat, bro." Fuck, man.
Be the most inopportune times too, like when you're fucking someone.
Yes.
He just went there,
shit.
people. He just went there.
He went there. It was awesome, dude.
Yeah, look, that hype trailer is so fucking hype. Can't wait for that shit. Fucking introducing a new villain. If I don't even know who he is, he looks fucking evil as shit. I don't like him.
Yeah, it
Already.
seems like with
Yeah,
that in that trailer, I guess they're showing you they're bringing the villain kind of down a little bit. The Reaper was like this big, gigantic thing, but now you're gonna be facing just another species. Yeah,
Yes,
so
I'm not
I think
listening to
it's gonna bring a nice element to the game too. I'm really excited for that one.
Definitely. I saw him. He kind of looked like one of those. What do they call him? Gosh, what do they call him in the third one? Or
I don't know.
it was.
I don't know what you're talking.
It was what I forgot. I'm sorry. Just keep going on. I was trying to think of the species, but I can't remember it. I'll have to play it again.
Was it the Solarians?
No, not the Solarians. The ones that had the goldish eyes on the side of their head.
The Collectors?
Yeah. Well, no. Well, they are the Collectors, but they're like the.
Anyways.
Yeah, anyways, who cares?
Moving on.
They look like them. All right.
Yeah. All right, moving on. Tekken 7. Release date of that was it June 2nd?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure June 2nd. Yeah, what do you guys think about that? Do you think it's gonna be well, Injustice 2 comes out a little bit before that. Do you think that's gonna hurt it at all?
For which game? Sorry.
Tekken.
So Tekken's coming out in June.
Oh, Tekken, yeah.
Yeah, 2nd of June.
It might. I mean, I know there's a lot of people who really like the Mortal Kombat series and really like the Injustice series. So, I mean, it's definitely got some stiffer competition with the Tekken. I'm definitely probably pick them both up because I like both franchises. Even though I give K Mega a lot of shit about Tekken, I'll probably be picking that up as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are squeezed right there together, and I think even though for myself, I'm not interested in either one, but I think Injustice 2 is probably going to take the cake versus Tekken. I think a lot more people are looking forward to Injustice 2.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I'm not a huge fighter either, but I'm gonna pick up Injustice 2 over Tekken probably. So.
Well, it's because it's got that more of that smooth mechanics like Mortal Kombat. It's more of the classic type of gameplay. So
yeah, plus like superheroes are just in general pretty badass. So
exactly,
yeah,
who doesn't want to play as superheroes?
Yeah.
If you're gonna play as superheroes versus the Japanese guy karate chopping, who I mean, no, not throwing any flack at anybody, but that's what I'm gonna play. I'm gonna take the superhero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like a lot of competition for fighters this year. Like so many coming out. There's Tekken, there's Injustice, there's what is it? What
Marvel vs. Capcom later in the year.
Yeah, I know a lot of people are excited for that.
Yeah.
And Injustice 2. While Injustice is still only a new series, it's got a big following after the first one.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Tekken.
Yeah, and that was even Injustice was even mobile, wasn't it? You can get a free version of it, but then they had some transactions behind it. So Injustice 2 Injustice has reached a wide audience. So I think a lot more people are ready for that one.
Mm-hmm. For real.
Yeah, I know I'll be picking it up.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Right. Looks like we're done on Tekken.
Fuck Tekken.
Fuck Tekken.
Too much A button.
Let's move on to the next topic. Too much K Mega. Next topic. February's Games with Gold. We've got a interesting lineup this month with Lovers in a Dangerous Space-Time, Project Cars, Secret of Monkey Island 2, and The Force Unleashed, Star Wars.
So I'm pretty excited for the Project Cars because I haven't played it yet. I kind of want to try it out. I know a lot of people have been saying that it's not really that great of a game. It's not as good as Forza, but I'm not really looking for it to be as good as Forza. I mean, it's a free game. I'm definitely going to download it. Lovers from what was it? Lovers? Well,
Lovers in a Dangerous Space Time.
Lovers in a Dangerous Space Time. That I'm not too interested in. Everybody knows I'm not really a indie kind of guy. The Monkey Island, definitely probably going to get that because that's a remaster of a classic game. The Force Unleashed, definitely probably pick that up because I don't have it because I sold it when I got my Xbox One because that was before they said, oh, we're going to do backwards compatibility. And I was like, thanks, Microsoft.
Yeah, the Force Unleashed, I think I had it, but I don't know if I still have it or it might have been on the PS3 or something. I don't know, but yeah, I'm definitely gonna be playing that, and I'm interested in all these games. I'm interested in Monkey Island. Project Cars is probably the least on the list that I'm kind of interested in, but I'll still give it a check out. And I'm actually kind of excited for the Lovers game. I don't know. I feel like that could just be some good co-op fun and make some good laughs, fun times, and all that great stuff. So I want to get some friends together and play that since it's 4-person co-op.
That might
definitely
be cool.
Yeah, playing it in co-op would be cool. Yeah, I'm definitely most excited this month for Force Unleashed. I heard I've never played it before, but I've heard good things about it.
Oh man, you are in for a treat, bro.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, the game is so good. Like, you like Star Wars, you're definitely gonna like that game. That's for sure.
How good is it, or how much of an advancement is it over the first one?
Well,
this is the first one. Apparently, the first one is the better one, though.
Okay, so the second one is Force Unleashed 2?
Yep.
Okay. Yep. Yeah. I already have the Force Unleashed. I'm actually looking forward to Project Cars, that other racer that was out there. I never picked it up, so to get that free is actually a good deal for me. The other two, I'm like, I'll pass.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I definitely think it's just in general, whether you like the games or not, it's just a good and diverse lineup. And there's definitely, I think, a game that at least one game that most people will enjoy on there. So
there's stuff in there for everyone.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a good deal, a good value, especially this month. It's I would say it's one of the better months versus the past few.
Mm-hmm.
I think they kind of stopped putting out the better games like right toward the fall onslaught, because before that we got, what did we get? Didn't we get Sunset Overdrive one month?
I think that was March last year, but that was earlier.
Okay. I know we got a few good games before that fall onslaught, but now it seems like they're starting to pick it back up.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, they tend to slow it down for the bigger months.
Yeah, it makes sense for them to do that because, I mean, marketing wise, that's like, if they do that, then that kind of takes away from all their big surprises and things like that for the holiday season. But right now, they don't really have too many big surprises except for Halo Wars 2. So, hopefully after Halo Wars 2 comes out, we'll probably see a lot more games that we probably either have tried or we absolutely like, but we just never picked them up. So we'll be looking forward to that for sure.
Yeah.
There'll be a few big ones coming after Halo Wars 2 comes out.
Mm-hmm.
I hope that Lovers in a Dangerous Space Time game is good for co-op, because it'll either be really fun co-op or it'll be one of those games that you just tear your hair out trying to play it with somebody.
Yeah, I think it's actually going to be pretty difficult, but I think I'm going to try to do a fun with friends episode with it, so it should be fun.
Hopefully, it's a fun with friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be a good episode to do. Definitely.
Yeah, and Monkey Island, like I know it's a great game, but it's an older game.
Mhm.
Like
It's a
I'm
classic,
not-
man.
Yeah, but I feel like it wouldn't hold up as well as some of the other classics.
I mean, it is a point and click, so I mean,
Yeah.
those are so out of date now.
Yeah.
Well,
very many people.
not really. We've got the Telltale games. They're essentially
Yes.
glorified point and click games.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when I did watch the clip of the short little clip I watched of that game, it kind of gave me that Telltale feel.
Uh huh.
But the original type of Telltale.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Telltale before.
Old school.
Yeah, it's what the Telltale games are inspired by, I guess. Those style. All right. Move on.
Yep.
Next up, talking about Gabe Newell's AMA on Reddit and what he said in that.
Yeah, so possible games coming. He says, everyone's hoping for a what is it? Left 4 Dead 3 and Half-Life 3.
Yeah.
I never actually played either of those series. I know that's frowned upon, death upon me. But what do you guys think? And do you like a lot of people will think he's just trolling or whatever? But I don't know.
I don't think he's trolling, but we're not going to get the games that we're expecting.
Yeah,
We're gonna
and
get something different.
I can't remember who it was on the console. I think it was on the console corner actually. Someone brought up that he might be talking about VR because of the Vive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Mm.
because they have a hand in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they're working on VR games.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe
I
a
mean,
Left 4
that'll
Dead
be
in VR or something like that.
Yeah, that'd be
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, if Valve brought out like a serious VR game, that'd be a big win for VR.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Well,
And
I think
obviously boost their own product.
to
Yeah.
myself, like, I know Gabe Newell has been known to be a big troll in the gaming industry, but I think he's actually kind of serious on this one. I think because he does have that.
Only troll so much.
He does troll a lot, but he does have that partnership with HTC. So I think it's probably going to be some VR games. Maybe we might see a Left 4 Dead 3. We won't see a Half-Life 3. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Half-Life 3 is not coming.
Yeah.
We won't see that.
Yeah, they've said that the end, like, it'll never be able to live up to the expectations of everyone.
No.
In too long.
I mean, even if it does, it's going to be, people are going to have to. They're going to nitpick every single thing,
Yeah.
even if it's.
If it's not the greatest game of all time, people are going to be disappointed.
Yeah.
When did Half-Life 2 come out?
A long time ago.
Yeah.
Mm.
Like
Yes,
on the
it is.
original, like when the original Xbox came out, it was on there.
The last thing of Half-Life 2 Episode 2 came out in 2007.
Okay, so yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Yes, so-
the thing is that Half-Life is a classic, and people, they a lot of people's, that was their first person shooter game, so it has to, if they did a Half-Life 3, it would have to live up to their expectations and things like that. But who knows? I mean, I don't know if we're gonna see the games that we're expecting.
Yeah,
We might not even see them on the consoles. It might just be through their Steam, right through there.
Yeah, like right now the two
That's
biggest games, Dota 2 is fucking making them like millions, like even though it's a free to play game,
Mm-hmm.
and Counter-Strike Go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are both.
So they
pretty
don't
much
need to make any
VR.
games. I mean, they don't
No.
need to do anything.
Yeah, they
really
don't
don't.
need to make games. No, they are.
So he
raking in the
probably
money
is
as it is.
trolling there.
I mean, if we do get anything,
But they've got to be
I
working
would.
on something.
If we do get anything, I wish it would be like a Portal, like 3 or something.
Yeah,
like
as
that.
Yeah.
Fox is saying in the chat, Portal 3 hype. Yeah,
Oh,
I think that'd be cool, man. Definitely.
Yeah, if we're gonna get
cool
any
game.
single player game, like a story based game, it's gonna be Portal.
Yeah, and it would probably be VR. That's
Yeah.
or it'll be compatible with VR.
They
Yeah,
already
it would
bought
be in
out
their best interest.
a like Portal inspired VR game. Like
Oh,
it was
really?
like it wasn't like the whole game. It was like you're in like a lab or something, and like you can just like play around with like stuff from the Portal games.
Huh.
Mm.
Yeah.
That sounds
Interesting.
cool.
Yeah, that sounds like a fun game. I might, if I ever get a VR headset, I might check it out.
Yeah, but it was still only like one of those demo type things.
Oh,
Now,
okay.
I didn't really get into the Portal series. Kind of give me a premise of what that was, of how the game was. Like, how was the gameplay? Is it
It's-
a puzzle based type adventure
Yeah,
type deal?
Yeah, it's a first person shooter. It's a first person puzzle shooter. You know, it's basically just going around figuring out the puzzles. You have different test labs and things, and you have to go through those tests. And it's got a good story though too. So it's absolutely worth playing if you haven't played it.
Yeah,
That's for
and
sure.
of all the older story based Valve games, the Portal series definitely holds up the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
it's-
Was that in the orange box? Or what came out? It was Half-Life 2. And what
Orange
else?
Box was Half-Life 2 episodes 1 and 2, Team Fortress 2, and introduced Portal. So it was the first Portal game in that.
And that came up for back compat. What?
Yeah, that's back compat, and
Yeah, that happened like
I think-
6 months ago or something.
yeah. Oh, it was only recently, I think. But
Was it?
the standalone Portal game, I think it's called Portal Stay Alive, is also back compat, and so is Portal 2.
Oh shoot! Yeah.
Cool.
Hey, it could be Portal 3 hype then.
Yeah, it could very well be Portal 3.
Yeah. I mean, but that's Gabe Newell. You know, he's a troll. So this might just be him trolling us and
Yeah. Or something real, but a letdown because everyone's expecting all these other things.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it could be a new IP.
yeah, who knows?
And who knows if we'll see it on the consoles? I could honestly see them just putting it on Steam and then rolling with that because I mean it would make them so much money. They would
Depending on what it is.
They would just be putting more money back into their freaking pocket, basically.
Yeah, Valve put something out and it's just like printing money, basically.
Yeah. It's almost kind of like Blizzard, how Blizzard, they make something and all of a sudden it's just like this biggest fucking thing in the world.
Yeah, Valve and Blizzard are on like a whole nother level of.
Yeah,
like
compared to
most-
some of these other companies.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Sure.
Any
Rockstar.
Oh,
Any other thoughts on Valve and Gabe Newell?
Not really.
Don't be trolling this, Gabe. Don't be trolling us, man. Come on now. Give us a game.
Come on, Gaben.
Gaben, Lord Gaben. People should stop calling him that. It's building up his ego. Fucking troll. Should put him on the filthy fucking scummer list. God damn. As Bot
Number
would say,
negative one.
filthy scummer reference, check mark. But
All right, next up, we've got the Ghost Recon gameplay.
yeah, I thought it looked pretty good overall. I don't know. I felt like the actual characters themselves didn't look that great, like the models. I don't know. I kind of wish they showed the co-op. They just showed it one guy, and the other three were like his AI partners.
Yeah.
I know I'm a little more excited for this than I think anyone else here. But what do you guys think?
It's fucking trash, dude. What the fuck is that game? No, I'm just kidding. Actually, I watched the gameplay and I was all like, you know what? I'm actually gonna try to get into the beta, test this thing out. It definitely got me intrigued on it because it definitely felt like a, like you're a Navy SEAL or something like that. You're going in sneak. You're going in stealth like. You're taking out guys here and there. You're able to change your attachments, things like that. I thought that was really cool. I was like, oh, okay, awesome. Like, they got me intrigued, but at the same time, I had that in the back of my mind. It's Ubisoft, so Ubisoft, they let us down time and time again, and I'm hoping that it's gonna be good, but time will.
Ubisoft's way too hit and miss.
Yeah.
Like, it's just going to be one of their rare good games, or is it going to be one of those games that is just a mess?
To me, it kind of reeks. Well, I guess reeks is the wrong terminology, but it looks like kind of a skin of the Division that they took and put and had different terrains, giving you different objectives, a few different attributes that you can use, and then you have the Division again.
I disagree with that statement.
Yeah,
you don't think so?
No, not at all. It's all based around multiplayer, and Division was only set in New York. It wasn't different environments, and this is kind of like a more expansive world. I think the objectives are different. Cover systems and that stuff are gonna work differently. So I'd have to.
But see, the character models almost look like the character models in the Division, scaled back a little bit.
I mean,
it seems like they or you can say they took a lot of the assets from the Division and dumped it into this game.
Possible, yes.
That is possible.
Because this game really popped up on us, and it's about to come out. So
I wouldn't say it just popped up on us. I mean,
so how many years do you think it's been in development?
A while. I don't know how many years, but I've definitely been interested in it since E3. And Ghost Recon in itself, I don't know how true this is to the other Ghost Recon titles. I never played a Ghost Recon title before, but I know it has like a cult following almost to it. So, but I don't know. So I don't know what the other games are like. So I don't know how similar this game is to that. But if it is similar, then that lessen the argument that it is a reskin. But yeah, I could see some assets being dropped in.
After seeing the game. After seeing the gameplay, I was like, okay, I'm gonna invest in it a little bit here. I'm gonna check out the beta if I can get in. And I did see some stuttering in the frame rate when they were playing it. The character models didn't look as good.
Base that off of
you can't base it off of that. But it didn't. The character models didn't look like what Remix was saying. They didn't look as polished as they probably can be.
I don't even think the world in general looked that great. Like, they looked pretty good, but like, I feel like it could have been improved. And who knows how far it is in development, but I was expecting a more visually stunning game.
When was the first time that we saw Ghost Recon? Was it last E3?
I heard
E3
of it
before that.
Last E3.
And it's coming out. And it's coming out right now. It's coming out what? When does it come out? Next month?
I guess we do know when it's coming out. It is coming out springtime. Yeah,
so that's a fast turnaround. That is a fast turnaround, and I'm telling you, I don't know why, but when I saw this game, I thought about the Division. I thought about the Division in different settings, and they're doing a few different things with it. Now, that being said, I'm still going to get the game because I enjoyed the Division for the time I put in it, and I think I got my money's worth.
Yeah, one thing
so I'm still going to buy it.
This game doesn't have the bullet sponginess of the Division. Like,
it won't have
the
that
Division,
at all.
Like 500 clips into a guy and you'd still be walking around. Whereas in this, it was more realistic. They'd go down.
Well, in this, it's not like bosses. It's
not that we know of. At least.
I guess not what we know of, but I don't think it's going to be as much of like a looting game. It's going to be, I feel like it's
more about extractions and taking
but
out
I think
targets.
it's going to be more about completing the objective.
If there's any loot in it, it will be like attachments and stuff, and you have to unlock all that all those customization options.
Yeah. Well, I said maybe no loot, but actually, since it is kind of like a 4-person co-op, I could kind of see it, kind of like these games are totally different, but, like Borderlands, you open up a loot crate and you find some cool guns. Because I definitely know that there are loot crates. I saw a guy open one up, but I don't think it's as, it's not as stat-based as The Division, I don't think,
Yeah.
Right.
It's the thing that I thought of it. I watched it and I was all like, it looked it didn't look like Division to me at all. I was thinking like more of Navy SEALs like type, game where I'm like going in, uh, rescuing people, killing the bad, the drug lords, things like that. I was like, that intrigues me. And then the part where he goes underneath the deck and he shoots up through the wood. I was like,
yeah,
dude, that's awesome. Like, how many games, third person games do that? There's not very many.
So what we're basically saying is the gameplay has changed, the story has changed, but the assets remain the same.
Well, I mean, Division didn't have that though, dude.
Yeah, but all they're doing is they took some stuff out, they put some stuff in to make it.
But there's not going to be no
different.
Dark Zone. There's not going to be nothing like that. There's not going to be this trash fucking Dark Zone.
Well, we don't know what its multiplayer mode will be. They haven't really talked about that, have they?
It's a 4-person co-op open world stealth game. There is no Dark Zone. There's nothing like that.
Yeah,
right. I wouldn't call it a stealth game.
Well, they kind of classify under stealth. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, you can go. It's
one of those games where stealth,
you can attack it any way you want, but stealth is probably
ends up
the best way.
Well, stealth is like.
Well, it depends on where you are too.
It becomes. There's a weird thing with stealth in video games is. It becomes very overpowered if it's done. Like if it's useful at all, it's overpowered because as soon as like you can start just taking out like the enemies without them noticing you. Then, like it just becomes way too easy to do it like that.
But real quick, before we go further, I got to give a shout out to Dave. Dave, you see this? I'm turning Optimus around. Dave and I were talking about how we got to get you in on this because we're gonna play through the game together.
I mean,
I think Tim might join us.
I'm definitely down to run it through with you guys. I mean, I think when I saw watching the gameplay, I wanted to give it the benefit of the doubt. I wanted to sit there and clear my head and say, okay, this is not The Division. This is not Assassin's Creed. This is not, all the mistakes that Ubisoft has made. This gameplay is gonna show and do for me. I watched it and I was all like, dude, I'm kind of hooked. I'm kind of like, okay, I want to see more. I want to know what this game's going to really, bring to the table that, none of their other games have brought. Because it's going to be different from their old Ghost Recon games. Because I used to actually like the old Ghost Recon, like Warfighter, the Ghost Recon 1 and 2, the Advanced Warfighter was trash. Nobody even talks about that game. It's not even a thought anymore. So, but it definitely intrigued me for sure.
Yeah, to me, it looks and feels like a military Far Cry, which is not a bad thing because of their games. The Far Cry, I don't remember the Far Cry games ever being a mess.
Well, the stories have always been shit. But
they've never been great stories, but they've always
the games in them pretty well.
Had great gameplay. Great gameplay. Those like Far Cry 3 was like probably one of the best Far Cries that have ever hit.
Far Cry 3 definitely got a lot of casual gamer hype as well. That's a game I kind of feel like I hear a lot from like, not big time gamers also. I thoroughly enjoyed Far Cry 3.
Yeah, Far Cry 3 was great.
Well, it's because they went into a different direction than 2. So
the first half of Far Cry 3 was great.
Yeah.
It kind of They killed off their big
down in the
character
middle.
too quick.
Yeah, I do think that like the guy on the first island, I can't remember his name. He's definitely the better antagonist. Yeah. Than
He was like
the
one of the
second.
best antagonists I've ever seen in the game.
Oh yeah.
And they killed him off in like the first half.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why he's so talked about now, you know. So it's like killed him off so quickly.
How do you guys think the content drops, the support would be for Ghost Recon?
I
You
think
know
it'll
that
be
they
better
had an
than the
issue with that
Division.
with the Division.
I think it'll
Yeah.
be definitely better than the Division. I think they've learned their lesson with the Division.
Hopefully.
they've learned.
Hopefully they've learned their lesson with the Division.
Yeah.
Because I think
Mhm.
I think they lost a lot of money on that game, and they gained some money, but I think they lost a lot because I think there was a lot of people out there that were like, "We're not going to play the DLC. You're not showing us anything that's different from what we're already playing already." You know, so people were like, "Well, fuck that," you know.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I feel like
Yeah.
the Division tried to copy Destiny too much, and
They
it
did.
didn't work.
Yeah, they did.
hmm And a lot of people that play Destiny got hyped for the Division because they were like, "Oh, it's gonna be the savior," because
finally
Destiny
we've got another game to play.
kind of died off at that point a little bit.
Yeah.
And
And then a couple of weeks after the Division was out, everyone was back on Destiny.
Yep. Indeed.
Yeah, because it was so fast. The build up to, because what I did was hit level 30. Went through all the story missions, but the build up to the end, I mean, it wasn't that
It was.
good.
It suffered from the whole game was a build up for a sequel, which should never be done.
Right.
Yeah.
Always make, at least the first game should always be it should be able to stand on its own legs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it was a new IP, so it kind of. Plus, it had that Tom Clancy name behind it, even though it had nothing to do with any of the Tom Clancy books or anything like that. So it was kind of like, just slapping a fucking name on
Doesn't
a game like that.
Doesn't Ghost Recon have the Tom Clancy tag on it too?
Yep,
Actually,
I believe so.
yeah,
yeah,
it does.
But Ghost Recon was one of the books that he wrote. So
Okay.
Ghost Recon is a Tom Clancy
novel
story.
All right. Interesting.
Yeah, I'm interested in this game for the co-op. I'll definitely play it if I have people to play it with, but I'm not interested in it at all playing it by myself.
Well, me, you, possibly Optimus, and Dave, man. We're gonna play through it.
Oh, so y'all just gonna leave me out, huh? So everybody here, y'all see. No, I'm not hating. I just made a statement. I just made an observation. I said I was gonna get the game, but everybody here in the chat, y'all see how they leave me out.
Well, all right. Fuck you, Optimus. Baines, you're in.
Thank you. Now I feel better.
Shit, man.
No, I got a better idea. Let's leave Remix out and play with Baines.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hey, I can't do that at Remix now. He just came to my side. I gotta.
I can leave that little shit out.
Tim, you can't play the game without me either, Tim. Fuck you. All right.
Little shit.
Yeah, one other thing is that, like, in the gameplay, you see him pick up the gun in the loot box or whatever. I just hope that is, like, it's an additional, like, reward to searching the
area,
these bases or whatever that you want, and not the focus.
You know what I wish that I didn't see in the trailer, or whenever they got up close and there was like a little hand-to-hand combat that needed to happen, they just did a little, I guess, like a little shoulder hit or a little punch. I wanted the hand-to-hand portion to be more in depth than that. I don't know why. I don't see that in any of these games, even the Division. Why don't they do that?
Well, it's because they're all saving it for Assassin's Creed, man. They save all that shit for that game. They're like, if you want to play that kind of game, we'll give you Assassin's Creed like 10 years down the line when we actually fix it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it'd be good if they had that type of in-depth gameplay where if you do get up close You can do more of the hand-to-hand type stuff instead of one punch or, like a shoulder rush or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like from games that I've played recently, Hitman did that quite well. Is when you got up close to somebody, you could start hand-to-hand combat, and about halfway through the animation, you'd have to it'd give you another button prompt to hit to finish it. And if you didn't hit that, then you'd get knocked on your ass. But if you got it, the nade would get knocked out, and you'd still have to ground. So you have to be quick about it.
Yeah, something like that would be cool.
It's not too in depth, but it's just enough that it takes a little bit of skill to actually kill somebody with melee.
Right. I guess that's wishful thinking.
Well, we'll see when the game comes out. When there's, when the beta hits, we'll definitely get to test it out, and we'll definitely find out what
we all get
changed.
Yeah. So it's not going to be an open beta?
No, it's closed beta.
Sign up, I'm pretty sure. I got to get around to that. Probably do that after the show.
You got to sign up.
When is the beta? Do you know, Tim?
I can have a look at it right now.
All right. But yeah, man.
Feb 3rd.
All right.
So that's right around the corner.
Oh, shit.
Cool.
Yeah. Better get on that.
Yeah.
Lots of betas, man. Lots of betas to try out around this time.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So next up, the For Honor beta. We've been playing that a little bit.
Another Ubisoft.
Yeah, another
Ubisoft
game. I'm not, from what I played of it, I played only maybe 30 minutes of the game. It's good. It definitely has a precise combat system. So, it's definitely a unique combat system. I'm not really too sure on what the game is really going to be like. I'm not really feeling it, to be honest, at this point. I still have to play a little bit more of the beta to really get more in depth of what the game's going to be like.
As far as the story goes, I don't know how good that's going to be, but the multiplayer, I am enjoying myself. The beta has had some issues, but I've played a decent amount of the game, at least a couple hours, and I'm definitely enjoying myself. I like the combat system. It takes a minute to get used to, and and probably a while to kind of master it. But I like the game because it's so rewarding. I feel like it's really rewarding when you kill someone, or when you're in a 1v2 situation and you take them both down. That's awesome.
This one's for Fox Gears.
Yeah. I think I like the way they approach the fighting. It'll add a different multiplayer to my whole my collection. I think the meta game in it seems like it'll be interesting.
Oh yes, I like that.
Yeah, they're gonna chop it up in the season. So I guess when you win a match or just being in a match, you get war assets, and then you have to deploy those war assets in order to, depending upon which faction you choose, in order to defeat the other side. So I think that's cool, and they are splitting that up into seasons. They have a bunch of different classes. My only concern is that I think they only have 5 modes, which with all the different classes, those 5 modes could last you a while. I mean, it's kind of it's kind of like Overwatch. You got a bunch of different characters, you got a few modes, but it's still you still get a lot of enjoyment out of it.
Yeah, and I was actually, based off what you just said, say Rainbow Six Siege, that game has a lot more characters, but only a few modes. It doesn't have that many maps either.
Right.
But I think Siege is really good, and I think the content drops for that game are gonna kind of be like Siege. I don't think there's probably. Honestly, they'll probably only have those 9 characters they have currently when the game drops, but I could definitely see, them dropping more characters, kind of how they do the operators in Siege.
Yeah.
And they might do the whole season thing like Siege is about to do because the game has some good support. Tim opened to soda.
I played the alpha and I was kind of like meh, but now after playing the beta, I'm 100% in. So yeah, I'll definitely be getting it.
Yo, what faction did you guys all choose?
I chose the knight.
Yeah, I chose
Knights?
the knight too. Mhm.
I started with the Knights, but switched to the Vikings.
Yeah. I went with the Vikings because uh, heritage.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I've had.
go ahead, Tim.
No, you go ahead. I'll save mine. For
I was just going to piggyback off of something Remix said about the combat being satisfying, especially when you pull off a finishing move,
Yeah.
chopping somebody's head off, breaking somebody's neck. I mean, and this just this medieval setting. I mean, that type of setting always pulls me in. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they're doing something interesting. I don't think it's really the combat and especially in a multiplayer sense, I don't think is done in really any other game, at least that I can think of.
It's a unique game. Definitely.
Yeah, which is what I probably enjoy most about it.
Yeah, I have to play it more the beta in order for me to really give my true judgment on it. I'm not really impressed with it so far. So I mean, I do like
Debbie Downer.
I do like the cutscene in the beginning. I mean, that was pretty cool. With the samurai and the knight and the Viking fighting each other. That was pretty cool.
And that's part of the trailer, the cinematic.
And then I still haven't seen what the single player is going to be like. And I also don't like the fact that it's always online, man. I don't like that. I like to be able to, if I want to, I can be, if I have to be offline sometime and I have to play, because my internet goes out or whatever, and I want to play it, I'm not going to be able to, so I don't like that.
That's understandable.
Yeah, that's a big thing in modern gaming that I don't like, is that always online thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm definitely skeptical about that single player. I feel like they could do something really cool. I know you're gonna play as all the factions throughout the single player experience, and they have the potential to do something cool, but I don't know if they're gonna grasp that, and I don't know how in depth the story will really be. So.
Yeah, that's one thing we've heard very little about is that campaign. So
yeah, we saw that one thing at E3, and that's about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But the multiplayer has enough there to keep you full in the game, give you a lot of playing hours. Yeah,
definitely.
I had a very different experience with the beta than everyone else. I've had a lot of connectivity issues with it.
Yeah, that's the thing. Go ahead, Tim.
I've tried to play like 16 matches or so, and I've finished 4 just because of the connectivity issues.
And that's the thing. That's the thing that bothers me the most, I think, out of all of it. You guys are having connectivity issues. I didn't have any connectivity issues last night, but you guys did, and just hearing that makes me think of The Division all over again, or Siege when it first came out. They had connectivity issues and stuff like that. So I mean, that's a huge sign that it might be a buggy game when it comes out.
Yeah, and Siege still kind of has some problems when trying to just group up. Not when you're actually in game, but just grouping up, and it does have more connectivity issues than than it should have, especially since it's not the first time it's been released. But hopefully they can fix that. That's the thing about Ubisoft, and I think this is why a lot of people might also wait on the game. They come out with pretty good games, but they come out broken, and Ubisoft doesn't really care that their games are broken. They just say, release it and we'll fix it down the line.
I think they got very lucky with Siege. Like, that is one of it's very few games can do that. Like, be bigger a ways down after release than it is at release. Because I think there's more, I don't know if there still is, but there was more people playing that a couple of months ago than there was at release.
Yeah.
The Division wasn't broken, was it? Would we say the Division came out broken? I thought it came out. I mean, it launched. They had a great launch. I mean, I didn't have any issues. It launched
very well, but like a week or two after it launched, there was a lot of issues.
I think they had a lot of issues with the Dark Zone.
The reason I stopped playing the Division was I was trying to do all those daily missions and that, and just one time I just couldn't start the missions. It wouldn't let me, and I was just like, at that point I was just out.
Yeah, I know further along they had a lot of glitching issues, a lot of people, finding ways to cheat that they took so long to fix, and that kind of along with that, coupled with the fact that they had slow content drops, that's made people kind of walk away from the game.
Baines, you said that there were 5 game modes. So in the beta right now, there's the 1v1 duels, 2v2 duels, and Dominion. Do you know what the other 2 game modes are?
I have to go back and look. Let me check it real quick.
All right. You know what I would kind of like to see? I'd kind of like to see a capture the flag. I feel like that would be really interesting.
That's what it kind of felt like when I started playing. I thought
I'm
that
sorry.
it probably would be something similar to that, or like Conquest in
or a King of the Hill, although I guess kind of
something like that.
Just
now, see right here it says they have Dominion, which is the 4 versus 4. It has Brawl, and that's the 2 versus 2. It has Duel, which is the 1 versus 1. Skirmish, which is another 4 versus 4. I guess where you're gaining some points, you're doing something a little bit different. And the Dominion is more about the battle zones, and then they have elimination.
I'm guessing that's like what's that? Like a 4v4, 1 life?
Elimination.
That's what it looks like.
1 life.
Okay.
Yeah. So that'll be real fun.
Skirmish sounds like it'd be like a deathmatch type thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, but I would like to see them add a capture the flag mode in, because I just feel like that'd be really interesting in this game. I think it could be a lot of fun.
Game
Yeah, King of the Hill, like a Gears King of the Hill. That'd be pretty cool. Yeah, definitely agree.
I did like the animations though of when you're attacking the little minions and things. That was kind of cool. I thought, you grabbing them and just stabbing them, that was really cool. I just feel like, for me, it's just not bloody enough, I guess, I want to see more blood,
Yeah, I think it has a decent amount of blood, but yeah, it could definitely amp it up a bit, but there's like decapitations and stuff.
Yeah.
I'd like to be able to cut somebody's arm off without
killing them.
Yeah,
and then they're staggered and they're fighting with 1 arm. Yeah. I think that would be awesome.
That would be nice.
Yeah, almost similar to Rise, Son of Rome, when you cut somebody's arm off and they're kind of stagger, and then you just stab them. That's cool. I think that would be actually a nice addition to the game, for sure.
Yeah, and I don't know how if that would be difficult or not to actually do that in the multiplayer sense, but that I definitely would be cool if they did at least have that in the single player.
We gotta
definitely work better in the single player. Maybe if they added that in, then they could have basically a medic class or something and heal other people.
Yeah, reattached limbs.
Yeah, I mean this is Ubisoft that we're talking about, so we'll say those things and then they'll do the exact freaking opposite. So it's thanks.
But that's a reason I do have hope for this game.
Instead of that, we'll get a guy who can assassinate people in 1 shot.
Exactly. Yeah.
Or something.
The reason I do have hope for this game is because I just picked up Siege Black Friday, and I am having tons of fun with it. It's kind of my go-to game right now, actually. When I'm just
go-to trash game.
Well, you don't like the fact that you can't respawn because you suck. But yeah, I like the game a lot. Oh my god, I was just playing, before the show with Frodo and Tom, and we're having a blast. I like getting a team together in there. It's a lot of fun. So
was that Lord of the Rings?
Frodo, as in Lord of the Rings. Yeah, he's my boy. Fucking, I got the same size feet as him. Hobbit feet. That's what my dad says. But Yeah.
Cool story, bro.
Thanks, man. Pick it up, tell them about the party.
Any other thoughts on For Honor?
Any thoughts?
Yeah.
No, man. You know, I want to play a little bit more of the beta and see where that leads me. But other than that, I'm not really too impressed with it.
I'm picking it up probably day one.
Yeah, I'm picking up day one for the multiplayer. The multiplayer is going to have me all in. And to me, with this one, the campaign is just going to be a bonus. So whatever they give me there, I'm pretty sure it'll be satisfying.
Cool.
Yeah. All right. Next up, Gravity Rush 2. Now, I haven't played this because I'm not really interested in it, but I know the rest of you have. So what are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I think
How you
the
enjoying
two
it?
of you are farther than me in the game.
Yeah, I put about 13 hours in. I'm really enjoying it. I'm finding myself more or less flying around the world, collecting gems. I'll go in intending on doing a couple missions and then getting off, and I'll wind up flying around the massive world that they have
Yeah.
for about 30-45 minutes before I start the mission. The map is huge in comparison to the first one.
It is a big map. I love just flying around, dude. It's fun.
Yeah. And I really like the story dynamic, and the map is kind of set up to, I guess go along right with the story dynamic, because it's all about, this one takes a kind of a darker tone than the last one. Last one, she was really trying to find herself. This one, she's dealing with, they're dealing because she has a partner. They're dealing with political issues. You have people that are oppressing, this class, to try to get them to mine for some ore or something like that to help them get richer. And the way it's set up is the top of the map is the richer class.
A lot, yeah.
The top of the map is the richer class. The middle of the map is the middle class, and the lower of the map is the lower class. So I kind of like that dynamic. That they fit into the story. It's much more vibrant than the last one. The last one was the colors were kind of dim and grayish. I don't know whether, I don't, probably because it started on the Vita. It had to be like that. It started on the Vita and then ported to the PS4. But this one is built from the ground up for the PS4, so it really pops. Game looks great. So I'm looking forward to finishing it, and it's got me right now.
Yeah, when he says like they're above, the whole map is kind of like in the air. They're all like floating islands. So there's these huge huge mansions on the floating islands above, the towns in the middle, and then the poor people below. And I like how you have to go through kind of this dark, foggy mist. You're almost like kind of like traveling through space at times. You see like stars and stuff when you're going between, like especially when you go to the kind of the lower area. Yeah, definitely a elite ruling over the very, very poor. And I love the flying. I love the combat. I find the combat very enjoyable. I didn't play the first one, but I agree with you. I like the color. I like the art style. I kind of like the way they present the story through a comic book aspect in a way. When their cutscenes are kind of like reading a comic book. For those of you that don't know, it is it's all in Japanese, like subtitled, but there's not really that much talking in the game overall. It's kind of more reading, which normally that really turns me off. I hate games I have to read in, but I like the way it presents it in this game.
Yeah, this one caught me, and with the first one, that's what caught me, to be honest, really more than a lot of it, because just that different element of going through the story versus just seeing a cinematic portion of the game and then moving on. Reading it kind of like a comic book kind of took me back to when I was younger reading comic books. So, that's really a catchy part of the game.
What about yourself, Artemis?
Man, this game is yawn. No, I'm just kidding. No, it's a good game, man. I'm absolutely enjoying it. It's right up my alley. I like the Japanese games, and that's definitely something that intrigues me about the game. That it doesn't have the you have to do some reading in order to learn the story, and if you can't do that, then this is definitely not the game for you. Um, with the combat and with the art style of the game, I absolutely think that it's a beautiful looking game. It it's it looks like a comic book. It looks like something that you would pick up at like a comic book store and pick it up and you read it and you just fall in love with it. So it's definitely for anybody who likes comic books, anybody who likes anime, anybody who likes just Japanese games in general. It's definitely a game that you can pick up and play. The combat is definitely it's a little bit of different because you're doing you're flying through the air, you're doing different attacks. You kind of have to strategize a little bit here and there when you're doing like boss battles and things like that. You got to figure out where to hit the boss, because there's little like these eyes that come out of them. They look like eyes to me. They kind of look like boobs, actually. They kind of look like these, and it's like you had to hit those in order to bring the bosses down or bring any of the Nevi, I think they call them.
Yeah, Nevi.
Yeah.
Nevi in the game. So from playing the first one to playing this one, it's definitely a lot more Gravity Rush. It's not. If you didn't play the first one, you played the first one, and you didn't like it, then you're not gonna like this one definitely, because it's just more Gravity Rush.
Yeah, I find myself.
Yeah, they definitely stuck with the formula and just seem like they optimized it a little bit better.
Yeah, they definitely did.
I find in combat situations, I find myself using the gravity kick or whatever they call it. When you're floating and you press what is that button? I don't know. Square. And I don't really like the triangle attack is like the special attack where you do a lot of damage. But I kind of wish you could control that a little more because I get stuck on some ledges and stuff because it's like just shooting you forward basically.
Yeah.
That's kind of the one attack I have a problem with. And a lot of people I think are skeptical about the controls and the camera angles. Personally, I think they're fine. Sure, the camera angles can be a little weird, like when you're like going against a surface that's not normal gravity, and like it turns around or whatever. But overall, I don't really have an issue with the camera at all. Do you guys?
They actually fixed that a little bit this time around. On the first one, you would kind of get lost in your direction. So I caught myself kind of turning my head to the side sometimes playing. But with this one, if you tap R3, the camera will shift back to the right. Yeah, back to the right direction. So you kind of get. I mean, it's a better gameplay element and into this one. They help with those, foggy camera angles. But I also like the system. They're implementing more powers too, because I've gotten farther enough along. Or even if you pay, it's not really a spoiler because even if you play the demo, then that she has 3 different powers now. She has the regular gravity, she has the lunar. I think it's a heavier gravity, and then she has another one. I forget what the name is. I haven't gotten that one yet, but I've gotten a lunar, and it definitely adds a different gameplay element. I mean, she kind of jumps. She's real. No, she's lighter, so she jumps really high. And I found myself playing around a lot with that last night. So, they've done a really good job with polishing the game and then adding a little bit more, but not changing the core game that the fans of Gravity Rush really liked, and I appreciate that.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, and if you guys want a more in-depth impressions of it, stop on by my channel next week and
Plug.
Nobody's
midweek.
gonna watch that fucking
Plug.
shit, bro. Come on,
Video.
now we're on the Quest podcast. We ain't on your fucking channel. Shit.
Shameless plug. I'm always plugging myself, man. Every conversation. All right. Any other thoughts, guys? Or should we give it back to Tim?
No, I don't think there's anything else. I mean, you guys pretty much said the gist of what the game is about, so we can definitely give it back to Tim.
All right.
All right, now we're done with that. Let's move on to movies. So, first topic. First up, we've got a new Star Wars name.
Oh yeah,
Star Wars: The Last Jedi. Your thoughts on that?
So I think the name definitely is gonna be. It's gonna definitely throw in Luke Skywalker. So because apparently he is the last Jedi until probably he trains Rey.
Yeah, I think it's a reference to I think episode 6.
Yeah.
One of Yoda's. Yoda says, "When I am gone, the last Jedi you will be."
Yeah.
I think it's a reference to that.
So they actually did a good job with that name.
Yeah.
At first, I
also
didn't
note-
really like it, but
Also note that the word Jedi it's plural as well as singular.
Right.
Right. So I mean, it definitely, it's just a name, so we don't really know what the movie's going to be about. But it definitely hints at there being either Rey's going to be the last Jedi, or Luke Skywalker is in the whole movie being the last Jedi, training Rey how to use the Force powers. So
Yeah, I would take from that that title. I would take from it that he's going to be training her for probably the most part of the movie, and then her pushing through, kind of that whole ordeal. So
Yeah.
I mean, I thought it was a really good name.
I hope they don't. I hope they don't kill Luke, because that would just feel like too much of a repeat of Obi-Wan Kenobi and Luke for me. I kind of like the name a little bit more after what you said, Tim. But at first, I was like, The Last Jedi. I didn't think it was very catchy, and I feel like it was just like The Last Hope. Like they just switched out Hope for Jedi, and that's kind of why I didn't like it. Like do your own thing.
Which one are you talking about with that title? None of them have been called The Last Hope.
Really? I swear, fucking Last Hope.
Hey, dude, it's not the last hope. You mean a new hope?
Oh my god! Oh my god! I'm gonna get ridiculed for that.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, no.
Fuck
Dude, you. Oh man, I'm surprised nobody in the chat was like, "Man, fuck remix." Shit.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and mute myself and walk away, guys.
No, hey, Remix, we accept you and your flaws. Continue.
Thank you. I love you too, Bands. I still don't like the fucking name, so fuck all you. And that's pretty much my thoughts on it.
All right. Well, I mean, for me, I guess since Remix totally ruined Star Wars for everybody right now, I'm pretty pumped for episode 8. I think it's definitely going to be with the passing of the late great Carrie Fisher, it's going to be a sad movie for sure. We're going to definitely miss that character. Hopefully, I don't know what they're going to do with episode 9, but I know she finished her scenes out for episode 8, so that'll definitely be
and they've said
nice treat.
they have no plans to use CGI to put her in the last one.
Okay.
Yeah,
that was a really hard blow they took with her passing. But
Yeah.
if you said she finished all her scenes for episode 8, they have plenty of time to change the story or whatever they need to do for episode 9.
Yeah, adjust it.
Adjust it, yeah.
But I hope they do it well.
Yeah, definitely.
They'll do her justice for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not going to kill her off, I don't think. I think they're probably going to do the same thing that they did with Tarkin, and the same thing they actually did with the young Princess Leia in oh shit, I probably just ruined some people's things for Rogue One, but sorry, spoiler alert, everybody. But there's Tarkin in there that they CG'd, so that'll definitely be a thought probably in their minds.
I said it like a couple of minutes ago, but they've already confirmed that they're not going to do that.
Oh, they're not going to do that? Well, then,
yeah.
What are they going to do? Are they going to kill her off?
If she dies, then they could she could just go off on some mission or some shit. But if she dies, that could possibly fuel the rage of fuckface's name, and
Kylo Ren.
Yeah, Kylo Ren, and I don't know, like maybe he has some love for his mother still. Who knows?
Yeah, I was going to say that. Yeah, I'd like to see if like they may have already. She may have died in episode 8 as a character.
Yeah,
I mean that's even going to be even more sad because people are going to be like, "Oh, she died, in real life, and she died in the movie." And it's just like that's definitely going to bring some tears to a lot of people's eyes, I think.
Yeah, if she does die in the movie, I would like to see like Kylo Ren actually like get seriously affected by that.
Yeah. Almost turned kind of Darth Vader-ish, where he lost his wife, and he thought he lost his children as well. So,
yeah, because I don't think like I feel like Kylo Ren. I feel like he didn't really like he went through with it, but I feel like he didn't really want to kill his father, Han Solo. I feel like he was kind of forced to. He didn't really have much of a choice, and
he didn't want to do it, but he had to do it.
Yeah, he had to. So, like, what he says, he real quick, he's telling Han Solo, like, I need you to help me. Like, I can't remember the exact lines, but like the darkness, it overtook me, blah blah blah. He's like, help me come back to the light, and
I need you to help me to do something.
Yeah. And he couldn't do it alone, and that's kind of like possible with Princess, or I guess Queen Leia now or whatever, dying. That might be kind of like the last thing.
I kind of took that portion as him breaking through, like him saying, "I need you to help me kill off the gooder part of me, so that I can truly be evil." That's how I took that scene. So I think he knew what he had to do. Maybe he didn't want to, but more of him did because he wanted to. I guess he thought that he would get more power or become more powerful if he would cut off that part of him.
Yeah, but let's get away from the depressingness. It's kind of this topic's depressing me.
Yeah, I like the name.
I like the name though.
The title.
Definitely.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
All right. Next on the list, The Magicians on Netflix. It's not available here, so I haven't been able to see it. But I know you guys have all seen at least some of it.
Yeah, it's a TV show. I completed it. I think Baines did as well.
Yeah, I did.
Man, I thoroughly enjoyed it. It threw some twists in there. I felt like it was super. Even though it's about magic and stuff, I felt like it was really real. I don't know, like Harry Potter, I feel like was a little more
something about it seemed more tangible than those kind of far out movies.
Thank you.
But they did a really good job, and a lot of those actors, I didn't know anything about them. Like, haven't seen them before, but they did a great job.
Yes.
I love the twist. I don't want to get into any
Oh, yeah,
spoilers,
I know what twist
but
you're talking about now.
yeah. But I mean, if you haven't checked out The Magicians, you really need to give it a shot. I think the season 2 starts the 25th. But if you like any type of like we were saying, a more down to earth,
It already
magical. Oh yeah, it started on the 25th, right?
Yeah.
So 2 days ago.
Yeah. You want a more down to earth, magical type show? That's it.
Yeah, and that ending, man, I personally really
Don't
enjoyed
give
that
it away,
ending.
remix. Don't you?
I'm not going to say anything. But I thought the ending was really good and definitely set up for a good second season. So,
I mean, from what I've seen of it, it looks really. It definitely hooked me from the first episode. I was just like, okay, I'm in for the long haul on this one. From what I've seen of it, I mean, I'm only about 6 episodes in, so I mean, I haven't seen the whole first season. It's definitely intrigues me. I like magic type, movies and TV shows. So I'm definitely gonna keep watching it. I want to see where this show goes in the end. I know the next season has just already started. I don't know if I'll wait until it comes to Netflix. Probably won't. I'll probably try to, watch it on demand or something like that.
I'll probably wait for Netflix, but definitely good. I think everyone should watch the first season through because there are twists and turns, and you got to see the ending.
Yeah.
Before you make a decision about whether you like it or not.
I kind of wish we could go into spoilers because some of those twists are several of the ones that you find out toward the end. You're like, wow, I did not think about that.
We went into TV and we lost all our viewership. Everybody's just like, TV, fuck that shit. I thought this is a podcast about video games. Well, we talk about a lot of other things. Everybody should know that, we talk about other things. If you don't want to watch it, that's fine. But, stick around. You might actually enjoy listening to what we have to
because
say.
who doesn't like Netflix and chill, right?
Netflix and chill. Yeah.
Exactly.
Sometimes just Netflix and go to sleep.
Sure.
Yeah, hearing you guys talk about this show, I'll definitely check it out when it becomes available.
Yeah,
because it's not available over there, right? It's
no, that's why I couldn't watch it.
Does somebody else in Australia, like another Netflix similar to type streaming?
There's
service.
The one that I could think of that would have it is Foxtel, and they're just like fucking assholes.
Yeah. Okay.
Because there's 3 streaming services in Australia. I've got the 2 that are decent, Netflix and Stan. Stan has a lot more Australian stuff and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And there's Foxtel as well, but that shit, you have to have a subscription to their cable service, and that's fucking $70 a month.
Oh, fuck that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, definitely go after the show. Hop on Netflix, unless you're playing video games, of course, and check out The Magicians.
Yeah, I would definitely am gonna continue to watch it. So hopefully other people will be intrigued to watch it as well. I mean, you're definitely it's not what you guys think. It's not Harry Potter, okay? It's definitely a more realistic type of.
I mean, there's depression and other big emotions, and depression is a huge theme throughout it.
Yeah,
but yeah.
Yeah. All right, on to the next topic, which is another Netflix series, a series of unfortunate events.
Why is this episode becoming more and more depressing? Jesus Christ, man.
It started once we got out of the video games, just depressing shit.
I know, right?
Our last topic's a bit
Hey,
more
there's a little
uplifting.
light out. There's a little light out at the end of the tunnel here, guys.
A little
So.
bit of
Just
light
wait.
into the tunnel. Yeah.
That the show's going to end eventually.
Yeah.
True.
Yes. Don't say that about our show, Tim.
It's
That's
never
true.
gonna
I can
end,
say whatever
Tim.
I want.
It's gonna go on for 3 days.
This is the podcast that never ends. Goes on and on, my friend.
All right, but series of unfortunate events. Any of you guys? I know Tim, you did. Any of you guys
Yeah, I
read the
watched the whole
books?
thing. Yeah, you said I did. But
Right.
yeah, I read them when they were like coming out. So as a child,
I know my sister
I thoroughly enjoyed them.
You gonna let Tim talk, or you just gonna, Jesus?
It's gonna talk over me some more.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
I feel like those books have a very deep lore that I feel like I was too young to get into when I read them. I feel like I should read them again, but I'm not as big into reading anymore. But yeah,
Yeah, I never read the books. I never, I'm never really been a big reader, anyways. But I'm kind of, I don't know about this show. It reminds me too much of the movie, and I don't really like the movie as much. I don't know if I'm gonna really continue to keep watching it. I mean, I didn't finish it either, and I'm just kind of, it's just not something I enjoy. I don't really like the show at all. I mean, I like Neil Patrick Harris. I like him as an actor, but that's about it. I don't really like anything from the show. That's just, it's not anything that intrigues me at all. So
Yeah, see, I'm kind of in that boat. I watched the movie, but I didn't really like it. It wasn't, it wasn't in my top.
Movie takes a lot of creative liberties in it.
Exactly.
To make it a movie.
Yeah, so once I tried to watch it, I really did. I think I watched about maybe 15 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes, but I watched long enough for him to start singing and stuff, and I said, I'm straight.
I kind of like the song at the beginning, the intro song. I kind of like it. Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat as you guys. I personally kind of like the ending. I watched the whole thing. I think it had a lot of good actors. I liked Count Olaf and the guy that plays Lemony Snicket, and I liked the 3 kids. I thought their acting was good as well. But yeah, overall, I don't think the show in itself is that great. But
yeah, I mean, it's a Netflix show, so I mean, it's not, it's not like you have to be like, oh, I have to watch this, and it's always going to be on there. So it's no big deal.
Yeah.
I feel like I definitely enjoyed it more than most people would because I read all the books when I was younger, and I enjoyed them. But if you haven't read the books, you should read them. They are very good, or at least I remember them being very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can definitely see if you do read the books or more about that lore. I definitely didn't know that the lore was so expansive. So, I mean, I could see where you could, certain scenes in the show, would be enhanced from you reading the book, just like any of those series. But this one, just have to chalk it in the trash, man.
Yeah. I'm right there with you, Baines. I'm right there with you, man. I'm not gonna watch the second season. I probably won't even watch the rest of the show. I think I watched about 4 episodes, and I was like, I'm done. I can't watch any more of this. It's just it's not for me, man.
I want to see what my sister has to say about it because she really liked the books. I mean, she has a tattoo on her arm from a quote from one of the books. So definitely interested to see what she has to say about being a big fan.
Right.
But yeah, I think it's maybe check it out on a rainy day. Yeah. I think you can throw it in that boat. Nothing else to watch on Netflix.
I don't know if it's a great thing for a rainy day, but it'll just make you more.
I think it's really depressing. It felt like it definitely. The movie. I saw the movie with Jim Carrey, and I was like, it was a little bit more uppity, and it was, more comedic. and
Mhm.
this one just feels
Yeah.
more just depressing, and I'm just kind of like,
Yeah, it's a lot more like relies a lot more on the books.
yeah,
A lot more faithful
Okay.
to them. And the
Uh-huh.
books were very downbeat and very depressing. Like the whole thing is called A Series of Unfortunate Events. What do you
Yeah, I mean,
expect?
Yeah. I mean,
exactly.
literally, it starts out. This will depress you, like,
Yeah.
like,
And like the main theme
like,
is like look away, fucking go find something else to watch.
yeah,
Exactly.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
But yeah.
So,
Yeah, one thing I thought was that like I love Neil Patrick Harris, but I don't think he was the best choice for Count Olaf. He's too likable to be an evil person.
yeah. All right. Well,
All right, on to the next topic. The light at the end of the tunnel, as Remix would say. This one is Odimus's topic, the Oscar nominations and thoughts on that.
oh man, what can I say? It's good to see that there's going to be a lot more diversity in the Oscars this year. In the past, couple years, we've seen a few, African American, Indian, you know, type, of directing and style of movies. And now that we're into this year, we got Hidden Figures, Fences. We have another couple of the other two. I can't. Moana. I mean, that's a Disney. I mean, that's kind of a given because it's a Disney movie. But just being able to see all the diversity that's going into the Oscars this year is an absolute delight to see. I hope that Hidden Figures gets the Oscar win because I think that movie is absolutely fantastic. It's a true story. It definitely brings you kind of brings a tear to your eye. It's definitely a funny movie, and it's all around just a good movie. If you haven't checked it out, definitely check out Hidden Figures. It's just good to see this diversity, man. I'm big on film, and I went to film school, and for many years we didn't see a lot of this diversity in the film academy. The academy usually likes musicals, things like that. I know La La Land is nominated for an Oscar. It just
both its actors are too.
it's nice to see something like that. Yeah, and its actors. I mean, I like Ryan Gosling. I like
Emma Stone. Right?
Emma Stone. They're both really great actors, but I think at the end of the day, if they don't give it to somebody that's more diverse, it's definitely gonna blow up in their face, man. And I know that sounds a political thing, and it is, and it's definitely gonna be political
Yes.
this time
Yeah, they
around.
got a lot of hate last year.
It's definitely gonna be political, and that's the thing that kind of sucks about it is that it had to become a political thing in order for them to get a Oscar nom, and that's sad, man. They really
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is this just harkens back to what happened last year, and a lot of the outcry with a lot of minorities playing great roles but not getting any nominations. And I think who was talking about boycotting. A lot of people were talking about boycotting the Oscars, and it was just a big deal. So I think the quick turnaround and having more of a diverse lineup is good. We just have to see if there's follow through.
Yeah, we have to see if there's gonna be, if are they just doing it just to keep people quiet, or are they just doing it to actually show that they really do care about the diversity in Hollywood.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
That's why I always never liked Hollywood, is because it was never diverse enough. There was just never enough movies being made that was about different races.
Well, that was just speak to different audiences.
I'm a mixed race person. I'm Spanish and Irish, and growing up, I didn't, all I see was, white people on TV, or I never really saw any Spanish, actors on TV, or you see African American actors on TV, but I never really saw any Spanish, actors or in movies and things. So it's good to see that there's more diversity in this community, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was disappointing last year to see like the overwhelming number of like white people that were nominated. Like I think there was 2 people who were nominated that weren't white.
Yeah,
And that's just disappointing. Like there is so many like other great actors that are out there that just aren't getting recognized just
Definitely.
because they're not the right color.
Right.
Like Denzel Washington. I don't know if he himself is nominated or the movie he is in was nominated, but he's a great actor.
Fences. You're talking about Fences, right?
Yeah,
It's
actor and
nominated.
leading role. Yeah,
It's
him.
not. It's nominated. Yeah,
Yeah.
the movie's nominated.
Yeah.
So is
Yeah.
He's also nominated as a leading role.
Yeah, and he, I haven't seen the movie. I know some of my family members have seen the movie, and they said it's really good. They say, what's her name? Davis. I forgot her first name.
Viola Davis.
Viola
Mhm.
Davis. They say she is fantastic. I mean, she is a great actress, man. I don't care what
She
anybody
is.
says. She is fantastic. For her to be
Yeah.
able to like cry on like command like that, that takes pure talent. So
Yeah.
hopefully she wins as well. Denzel, I don't know. He's won one already, so I
Yeah.
don't think he needs another one. No, I'm just kidding.
Mhm.
All right.
We'll see.
Yeah, it's
We'll
always,
see what they do.
it's always great to see diversity in everything.
Yeah, for
Right.
sure.
In
Oh,
our games
so-
too, people. In our games too.
Definitely. I want to see more diverse in games. We actually did get that
Yeah, this
I mean,
year.
we definitely got that. We got Watch Dogs 2, we got Mafia 3, we got
Mhm.
What else was there? There was even Gears of War had a lot of diversity in it.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yep.
Even Forza had diversity in it, with Australians and things like that.
Mhm.
Tim's home country. So
Yeah. Nobody loves us enough.
they never show you guys any love, man. It's because you guys live upside down, I think. That's why.
Yeah.
Yeah. The character model just, doesn't work as well in the game.
Ooh, damn.
You gotta adjust
You
the
know
whole
what?
physics. Work upside down.
And we don't want to, we don't want to get into the whole, fucking kangaroo situation too, man, over there. You guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently, you call them pests, right, or something like that. They're pests.
Yeah, they're pests.
Damn.
Imagine them being like deer.
Oh, okay. Well,
Run into
That
your
makes
car and
sense.
Well, deer aren't pests though. Here, they're more when you see.
Yeah, but
them.
they're annoying as fuck when you're driving, aren't they?
They are. They can be in
Yeah,
certain
that's true.
areas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like where I live, like the past 3 days, I've seen deer and it's dark out, so definitely have to watch. But
But yeah, where you live, yeah, definitely in the fucking backwoods hillbilly country. Yeah, you definitely.
yeah, except I live near a city. I mean, it's a smaller city, but it's a city.
He's like, yeah, he's got to defend it, but yeah, I live near a city, bro.
I do. All right, but yeah, man.
Oh, I just got
What
an
do you guys
email.
think? Do you guys think that the Oscars is gonna have this is good for the
It's
future?
definitely good for it. I just
definitely.
hope that they continue with it.
Yeah.
Right. They have to have follow through.
Agreed.
But yeah, while we're talking, I just got an email for the Ghost Recon beta.
Oh shit!
Oh shit!
nice.
Send that to me. Fuck you, Baines. I love you. I still have to sign up. But
Yeah, I just signed up for it during the podcast.
yeah, I know you sent us a link, but
Yeah, I saw it and I was like, man, fuck you, Tim.
my exact thoughts, Odimus.
All right.
All right. Got one more thing before we finish up. Announcement of a new segment on the podcast. We're going to, once a month, we're going to play an older game or a game that we might have missed or something. And we'll announce that at the start of the month. So everybody can play along and join us in the discussion at the end of the month. And this month, we're going to play Alice Madness Returns.
You mean next month, right?
Next
February,
month.
right?
It's
Whatever,
close enough.
February. 4
February.
weeks, okay.
Now, what am I getting into? Have either one of you guys played this game?
Oh, dude, it's fantastic, man. If
Okay.
Yeah, I
you haven't
played
played it, you're definitely in for a treat. I think.
You haven't played it either, but
So
it. I've
the only one that's
definitely
played it.
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got to pick it up.
All right.
Yeah, I've definitely heard good things from someone who shall be remain unnamed, but I think you all know who it is.
Oh, you mean She-Wolf?
Yeah.
Yeah.
but yeah, man. Yeah, we should.
say their name too.
Yeah, so when we come back and do that in 4 weeks, want to start up the discussion down below in the chat. Have your guys' feedback. What were your thoughts, and get you guys talking down there.
You watch it afterwards. Leave your comments and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
We could have some discussion about it.
Yeah.
Later on, we may choose, like for other months, we may choose like some things that have been free with games with gold, or a newer game that we think might be good to discuss.
Uh-huh.
But yeah.
Definitely.
Right. This is just give us a chance to get everybody involved. It's a gaming podcast, so instead of just talking about games, and we do add movies and tech too, even though a lot of people like to step out in that portion. But instead of us just talking about the games, maybe you guys could play the games and get involved with the discussion deeply too.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely want you guys
Exactly.
involved.
All
But
right.
yeah, that's the show for today. Thanks for watching, everyone, and let's get to some outros. Hear what everybody's got going on. Start with Baines. What have you got going on?
Me just being reclusive, like I am.
He's like a
just playing. No, I'm playing. I'm gonna get through Gravity Rush, man. I'm still waiting on that Xbox update so I can start streaming right from the console on Beam. Streaming some Xbox games on there. I may stream For Honor on there if I can ever get into this. Get into this little update. But other than that, games.
The streaming is not available yet, so still got a little while to wait on that.
That sucks. But yeah, don't look for me. Just play your games. Peace. It's in Baines.
I will never get old.
Never.
Right, next up, we've got Remix Essence.
Yeah, you know where to find me. Go to my YouTube at Remix Essence, as well as on Twitter, and hit me up on Xbox too. I play with all kinds of people. I'm always jumping party to party. I'm a very friendly guy, maybe too annoying for your taste. A lot of people don't like me. That's okay. As well as check out my channel for the For Honor beta impressions, as well as Gravity Rush 2 impressions. That's what's coming up on my show, as well as, my other content. So, yeah, that's where you can find me.
And we've got Dark Optimus.
Everybody, it was a fun night. We talked a lot about
Drink a Red Bull.
different things, and you know what? Fuck you. It was definitely an interesting night. It got a little depressing here and there, but hopefully you guys enjoyed it. You can find me at Dark Optimus on Twitter. You can also find me on Xbox Live at the same name. Yeah, just come along, hit me up. I'm always down to play games with people. Just like Remix said, I hop into parties. He actually learned that from me. So.
Oh yeah, sure. Don't play with nearly as many people as me.
Hey, but we know Artemis was the king of party hopping.
Dude, he's king
I'm
of
telling
party
you.
hopping, man. That's what I
Well,
do,
yeah,
dude.
because he's a little bitch. I'm actually friends with these people.
Dude, no.
At least
I'm
you think
actually
you are.
sucking the dick of everyone.
I am
He's
friends
like,
with
oh
these
my
people.
god, Xbox.
Okay, here's the thing. Every time we get into a party, you're always quieter than I am. And then you get blamed for everything I say. It's so great. It's fucking amazing, dude.
Yeah. Everyone thinks I talk a lot, and I talk quite a bit one-on-one, and obviously during the podcast and all. But like when we're in those large parties, I don't talk as much, and I just get blamed for your shit. Although I do, although when I am talking, I'm normally talking shit. So understandable. Understandable.
All right. And last, but certainly not least, I'm your host, Timidas. You can find me pretty much everywhere at that name. You can find me on Xbox, on Twitter, on Twitch if you want to see me freak out at streaming some Resident Evil. I guess you can find me on YouTube too, but it's like the only thing there is my Resident Evil stream.
Oh.
But yeah.
Cool story, bro.
All right, guys.
Well, have a good night.
Hey, we out of here.
Peace out. It's all about the games.